And like the Olympics was really a cool experience because like it was a lot more humbling than a lot of people think, because I had a really like shaky indoor season last year, and then outdoor season started off really bad. And I remember talking to Coach Weens and saying like, man, like I don't understand. Like I put in all the work, I'm doing everything I can, and things aren't happening in the way like they should be happening. And he was just like, just be patient, just keep working at it. And then after that meet, I PR'd 7 times on the way to Olympic trials, PR'd again at Olympic trials to make the team. And it was like my patience had paid off, but it took like, that was like 4 years of sweat that I put into like making that team last year. After crossing the line at Olympic trials last year in the 100, like everyone thought I was super excited because like I made the Olympic team. I never thought about it one time. I was so happy that me and my brother were 1 and 2 in the country. Like we can say for the rest of our lives that in 2012, the Warner brothers were the fastest 2 kids in the entire country. The first one was cover ground, and it actually started out as my brother wanted to create a blog just to talk about himself and his training. And I was like, that's stupid. Like, I'm like in my mind, I'm like, no one cares about your training, and like that's how I feel up to this day. Like I'm like, I could talk about like what I do for workouts, but I'm like, some people might care about that, but people more want to put things in perspective of how it can help them. And so we both just started writing articles, and like it started off really slow, and like now I'm at the point I've done over 400 articles, and like it's just like it's a part of my life now. Like if I try and stop, people like tweet at me and they'll hit me on Facebook and be like, no, like where are the articles at? Like I realize like people like they really like rely on that. I'm a business major, and like learning in the classroom doesn't always work for me. Like I need to get my hands on, like I need to be like doing things. So we started selling shoe bags at first, right? And it was a complete failure, but it's funny because it was failing with that actually was what allowed us to like know what we need to do to succeed. And we did a whole list of things wrong. I could write a book about the things we did wrong with that. It was just I can't say it was a horrible idea, we just didn't execute it right. So then we started a clothing line, and we always knew we wanted to start a clothing line, and the clothing line is called Parallax. Technically it's registered as a Canadian company, but because like my brother ended up being really busy at one point with track, because he was traveling like all over Europe at one point. So I started, he sent all the clothes to me. So I started, like, I run it out of my room, and like, it's crazy. Like my room is chaos. Like I just have like boxes piled on top of each other, and like, it's absolute chaos. So, but yeah, like I pretty much just run it out of my room. For me, the biggest motivation is remembering that it's never about you. Like, life is always about like what you can do for other people, and if you always put that into perspective, it's pretty much like if I'm going to come to practice and not work hard, like I'm passing that on to my teammates that it's okay for them to not work hard, and they're going to pass it on. Once I leave Iowa State, they're going to pass it on to others that it's okay to not work hard. But when you switch that around, like I came here with a work ethic, and that allowed other kids to have work ethic. Yeah, it's tough. Like it's one of those things. Like a lot of people, like they admire it because like they know they couldn't do it, but at the same time, it's like I might be able to push people to do things that like they never thought they could do. You know, because if you would have asked me if I would have done this 5 years ago, I would have never thought I could have. But now I'm doing it. The biggest thing about it is like you can do anything that you want to do, but that doesn't mean it's going to be easy to do it. Like a lot of times people get confused and think that when someone says you can do anything or you can accomplish anything, that means it's going to be easy. No, it's going to be hard, and you're going to have to fight like really hard to get everything that you want out of life, but like you can't give up. And it's all the times that you want to quit and you're like, you feel like you've lost all hope, that's when you're like right around the corner from making it, and you just have to push just a little bit more. And it's always been like that for me. Like when I want to quit, that's when I know I'm so close to making it.